And now I want to express my appreciation as well and my profound respect for our next speaker. He said to everyone, we can work through this. He used his influence, the role he plays in this city, this state, this nation. He stepped forward and said, we can fix this. And he is the reason it got fixed. Another really great victory, and all thanks due to our senior senator, majority leader of the United States Senate, Senator Chuck Schumer.
Well, thank you, Mayor. And I very much appreciate the nice words, and let me return the compliment. We had, there was an impasse, as we know, for a long time. But when I got on the phone and called the mayor and said, I think there's a way out, he was very eager to come up with the way out. And we did, and I'll get into the details. But the mayor really stepped up to the plate. He didn't let previous positions stand in his way. His goal was to help the taxi drivers, and we did. So first, let me say to the taxi driver, NYTWA, their membership, to Barabee, thank you, thank you, thank you. You persisted, you persisted, you persisted. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. I know how taxi drivers struggle. My father-in-law was a cab driver, Cloverdale 84. And so I know how difficult a job it is and how you have to work such long hours to pay back the loans for the medallion, how it's difficult in so many ways. So I've been working with TWA and with Barabee for a long time. And what happened was basically this. When the mayor and I worked long and hard together to get more money from the city in the ARP bill, and we did get $6 billion. And the mayor generously, when I got the money, I called him and I said, some of this small amount out of $6 billion, obviously, most of it should keep city workers employed, should go to help the taxi drivers. The initial settlement that they came up with didn't really meet the needs of the taxi drivers, although it was a great foundation and a very good start. But there was an impasse. And the basic impasse was over whether there should be a backstop. And that was not an easy thing to put together because you had lenders, you had the drivers, you had a lot of debt. And so when I called the mayor about 2-3 weeks ago, my theme was from the Beatles song, "We Can Work It Out." Life, I guess I could keep going. Life is much too short and there's no time, but I'll stop there. In any case,
You can do the whole song for us.
Yeah, you'll lose your whole audience in a minute, Mayor. But in any case, so Dean Foulahan came in. I knew him from a long time ago. I had a lot of respect for him. Barabee and the TWA came in. Eventually, we brought in Marblegate, the lenders, and we've come up with a solution. It's still, the taxi drivers are going to have to pay a lot of money each month, but it'll be at least money they can afford. The old, under the old days with the lenders, and some of these lenders took very great advantage of our taxi drivers. They had loans they couldn't pay. Their homes were being foreclosed. They couldn't feed their families. I had a very emotional moment where I was with one of the local officials who has been instrumental in this, Zohran Mandami. He's been fabulous. He was on the hunger strike as well. And we did a drive with a man named Mr. Chow. And he told me his brother had just killed himself because he couldn't pay the mortgage. His family was being kicked out of the house and they were humiliated. It was so moving to me, knowing how taxi drivers struggle. And so now everyone, they got to pay a lot of money, but at least there's some economic justice. It was Richard Chow I met with, whose brother who committed suicide. I think his brother's name was Edward. I'm not sure. But in any case, there is now some economic justice here because these cab drivers work so hard. They're so much part of America. And they're so much part of New York. They're part of the American dream, but they're also part of New York. Those yellow cabs are a symbol of New York around the country, around the world. And if they were to go away, we'd lose something. They would each lose something, of course, hardworking people trying to climb up that ladder as part of the American dream. But so would our city without the drivers. So it's great we have a solution. It's a solution that will allow the cab drivers to keep driving, to pay off their debts in a fair-minded way. And again, I want to thank the mayor And I want to thank the cab drivers. I want to thank the fortitude of those who went on the hunger strike just to show the pain they were in, because the pain they were in is great as not eating and not being able to eat. And now we'll have this going. So I was happy to play a role, to bring the parties together, to say that we can work this out, which we did. I salute the mayor. The mayor always had the interest of the cab drivers in mind. And as soon as I talked to him and told him why I thought the backstop was a better solution, he jumped to it, put Dean on the case, and within a few weeks, we basically came up with a solution. The joy I had yesterday, I'm in Washington, of talking to the hunger strikers and telling them that the strike is over and praising them for what they did was a great moment amidst all the trouble we have here in Washington. It was a very, very big, bright spot. So, Mayor, thank you. I am going to have to run. I have to give a speech on the floor of the Senate. But if there are questions for me, maybe I can come back, because you don't do the questions now, right, Mayor?
Yeah, we do them after. You're always welcome back. And I just want to say to you, Senator, I just want to say life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. So
you got it. You finished the line.
I wanted to bring it home for you. But thank you, thank you, thank you. You were the essential element. This is what we call a mitzvah in Brooklyn. Thank you very much, and come back anytime you like.
Yeah, no, if I have time to come back when there's Q&A, I will. Okay? Thank you, Mayor.
Take care.